welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bonita and welcome back to our video. So today we have another luxury video, but today we're going to talk about pre-loved items. People always ask me over on Instagram, they DM me, ask me how do they get started in luxury, what's the best way to get started in buying luxury items, as far as purses, I guess, because I don't really buy a lot of other luxury things, but purses and shoes. I have just a small amount of luxury shoes. So today we're just gonna give you my advice. I am by no means an expert on buying anything, anything, but I'm just gonna tell you my tips and tricks, the things that I like to look for when buying pre-loved. All right, so the first thing is, I would say, if you're trying to start buying luxury items, do it because you like it, not because it's like popular to do or it's like the it thing to do. I mean, luxury is not going anywhere, and luxury is whatever you deem it to be. My number one brand that is considered luxury is Louis Vuitton. It's just something that I've always liked. But I just worked hard and just started buying small pieces. And then, you know, my husband now, he will purchase things for me as gifts. So a lot of the time I do purchase items pre-loved. A lot of my SLGs are pre-loved, meaning the small leather goods, the smaller items are pre-loved. I do have I have a Fendi purse that is pre-loved. But most of my items, the smaller items, are pre-loved. That's just no rhyme or reason. That's just how it works for me. The number one thing that I would say when you are starting to buy pre-loved is buy something new from that luxury house first. And I say that because you want to know what the leather feels like, what the canvas feels like, what the hardware should look like and feel like. You want to do your research and get to know all you can about that luxury house first. And in order to do that, you're going to have an authentic piece in your possession to learn about it. Try to know the history of the brand. Try to know where most of their pieces are manufactured, whether it's in the United States, if it's in Europe. And the reason why I say that is because if you know what the real thing looks like, you can self-authenticate, and no one will try to dupe you and say that a Louis Vuitton is real when it's not. Because right now we have super fakes. And if I didn't know what real Louis Vuitton items look like and feel like, and the grain of the leather and the patina and the canvas and things of that nature, I would have assumed that it was real, because they are getting better and better. And no shade, if you want to buy replica items, that is totally up to you. All right, so I pulled some of my pre-loved items out and I just wanted to talk about them. All right, this is a pre-loved item. This is a Louis Vuitton Damier Ebene cosmetic case, and this is the smaller one. I got this for a fraction of a cost, and that's, you know, one reason why you buy pre-loved, because you can definitely save a lot of money and still be fashionable and have luxury items. But I got this from a personal Facebook seller. She's just a regular girl. She was just selling things from her personal collection, and I got this from her. So you can also buy pre-loved on Facebook, Instagram. This came with the dust bag, but I didn't pull it out. But I believe this retails for about $300. I think I paid $150 for this. And it had damage in the inside, and she had recently gotten the inside redone. And that's another thing that you can know about Louis Vuitton. Don't be afraid to buy pre-loved, because once you know for sure that it's real, you can buy something pre-loved, and if it's not too damaged, if it's, you know, worth the cost, you can always get it repaired at the Louis Vuitton store. They'll send it off to the factory and get it repaired for you. Another thing too, when you are buying pre-loved, a lot of the items will come with, we call it the set, the full set, meaning the receipt, the actual item, the dust bag, and the box. So, and that is really good because the more of the set you have, the more when you want to resell your items you can charge for, because people want to know that their things are real. Again, the first thing is you need to know what the real items feel and look like. Do your research. Another thing is when you do buy from these luxury houses, most time, 9 times out of 10, you will get your own personal essay, somebody that you have clicked with and that you will buy from. And once you build a relationship with your sales associate or client advisor, they will tell you the ins and outs on these bags. They will give you history on the bags. They will tell you how, you don't even have to ask, because they love talking about their brand and they want to make that sale. So they'll tell you things, about the brand that you can just have in your log and remember, so that when you're shopping pre-loved, then you'll know. I don't have anything from the House of Dior because I don't know too much about it. I haven't bought anything yet from Dior. I heard their customer service is impeccable, so I definitely want to get in on that. But like, I wouldn't buy Dior pre-loved because I just don't know. And I've seen a lot of good, that I would think good deals on Dior items, like the saddle bag or like way vintage leather Dior bags. Next thing that I got pre-loved was my 4-ring key holder in the white multicolor. So I got this online from a Japanese seller, which has an eBay store and a Facebook presence. Oh, and Instagram. So I got this off of Instagram. So another way you can shop pre-loved is eBay, but the same principles apply. Do your research, know what it looks like, and know who's selling it. If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. This had a little bit of damage, but like some of the glazing is kind of peeling, and it's a white piece, so some of the LVs are faded. But there's my Made in France, and it's the 4-ring key holder. A little side note, in Japan, this is what I've always heard, but again, do your research just to confirm that. I've always heard that it is totally illegal, like big time illegal, to sell counterfeit items in Japan and through marketplaces from Japan. So 9 times out of 10, if you get something from a Japanese reseller, it's gonna be real. And this came with the box. So this is the old Louis Vuitton box before they got the orange ones. They used to have the brown Louis Vuitton box. So this one came with the box. Here's my receipt, and it has the dust bag, and it has the care. So this would be considered a full set. Retails, again, I think for about $300 or $400 in the US. I think I paid $120 for this because it is in really good shape. And this is a sought after piece. They don't make the white multicolor piece anymore. And so it's kind of considered, I guess, a collector's item. Another piece that I got pre-loved is my PM agenda, which I hardly ever use. So I'm thinking about selling this item. If you're interested, just leave me a comment down below. But another Made in France piece. I think this one just came with the bag. And this one was pre-authenticated by real authenticators, I think. No, pro authenticators. So let's talk about that. So a lot of people say that you must get your items authenticated, which I totally agree. But the first authenticator needs to be you, the purchaser. You need to be able to authenticate your own items, because professional authenticators are just normal people. Like me, I can teach you what I know about a brand and train you how to authenticate. But let's be real. It's just people who know the brand, who know the product, who can spot a fake. And that needs to be you. You need to know enough about the brand that you love, all of them or just the one, that you can spot a fake. So that if you're buying pre-loved, you just don't get duped. So this one, when I got it, she said that she bought it pre-loved. So she was selling it pre-loved. And I got this one really because it's pretty worn. It's peeling here. It was stitched. The pocket was stitched down. It's coming off. I used to use it as a wallet. I never really use it as a planner. I use it kind of like a travel wallet. I have it set up as a planner right now, but I do have the certificate of authentication for this by Pro Authenticators, but this is definitely real because not only did they authenticate it, but I did too. And this came with the bag, so I will just send the bag and the certificate with this. And the last thing that I got pre-loved recently is from my friend on Instagram. Her name is Lana. She has a beautiful feed of all of her Chanel items, her Louis Vuitton items, and she was selling her mini pochette. She said she didn't use it. It was pretty much brand new. She just posted on Instagram one day, and I said, hey, you know, interested. I was one of her followers because I love her page. And, you know, she DM'd me back, and we just went through PayPal. So, and this one I paid pretty much close to retail because this one, you couldn't find it. It was being sold. It was during the time when people were afraid that Louis Vuitton was going to stop making canvas bags, and people were just selling things and couldn't find. So I got this, and this is usually, I think this is again around $300. I think I did pay close to that because I think she only had used it one time. So I got it right at retail. I think I paid like $250, $240, something like that for this. And it came full set again with the item, the box, dust bag, and I think I have the receipt. So that's it, you guys. That's my version of how to buy pre-loved. You just need to know what you're doing, get all the information that you can. Don't be afraid to buy pre-loved because, I mean, who doesn't want to save money? But you just, when you are buying pre-loved, you just need to know what you're buying is the real thing because otherwise you are wasting money. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll link everything down below. Follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you later.